there was such a jump between the regular rocket launcher and the lock-on rocket launcher. I think it was like only 400 credits to carry the regular rocket launcher, and then it was 1,000 credits for the lock-on rocket launcher. With such a jump in credits to carry one, I kind of expected the rocket launcher, the second one, to actually have a little bit more damage to it too, because it costs so much more to bring with you. So I was a little bit disappointed with that. I thought that could have been done a little bit differently, probably a little bit better, but again, my own opinions. So the other thing was squad leaders and platoon leaders and officer in charge for especially domination. They really have to know what they're doing. This is the reason why I didn't want to even touch that and get into that, show it. I didn't want anything to do with it because I really still didn't have a good grasp on what everybody should be doing, and you really have to be talking with the other platoon leaders and the officer in charge and talking to all these people as to where you want all your squads to be at. And that is a massive undertaking, I think. For people that do it, you better know what you're doing if you really want a good game. So, and you also, and if you're playing this, you also want a squad leader that talks to these other people, the platoon leaders, the officer in charge, so they can tell you what they want you to do. There was a few games where everybody just kind of went off and did their own thing and did whatever. Well, of course you're not going to win like that, and it's not going to be a very fun game. You're going to get killed constantly. So the other thing is they also know what to highlight to show you where to go. And I noticed that there was also a thing where they could jam the map, so then the squad leaders couldn't show you where they wanted you to go. Fine, if that's the case, then get on the mic and tell them what you want them to do. So there were so many times when I really wondered if the squad leader even knew what he was doing, or she. So that can be a real... Basically, don't apply for it if you don't know what you're doing. Play the game for a while first, get a good understanding first of what needs to be done and everything, and then go ahead and try for it. That's my main suggestion to people. That's why I'm not doing it. That's why I don't want it. I don't want to get into that, specifically because of that. Because I don't know what I'm doing. So that's a big thing there, I believe. Some of the other things were... That's one thing that was mentioned today, specifically, on the PlayStation blog, was the reveal of the trophies. And this was rather interesting, because in the beta, it was... You had to pick a faction, and you pretty much had to stick with it, unless you wanted to delete your character, go with another faction, and start completely over. This was one of the things that people, either didn't like, or because if you put a lot of time and effort into building your character and getting all these skill points and spending them and getting everything that you want, you don't want to delete your character and have to start all over again with it if you want to go to a different faction. You could respec your character after so long, after so many points. I believe the first one was after 3,000 points. You can respec your character, take all your skill points out, and then replace them as to what you want. Otherwise, you had to delete your character again and start over. If you wanted to, if it wasn't working for you, and you just wanted to completely start over, you could do that. But there was 3 very interesting trophies that were revealed, and that was reach level 60 in Raven, reach level 60 in Valor, and reach level 60 in SVER. So people are starting to wonder if maybe you can have, in the retail game after it comes out, if it could have, you could have a character in each faction, and play any faction anytime you wanted. Because I would think it would be really dumb to reach level 60 with a character, which as you can see takes a while, and then have to delete it so you can join another faction if you want to get that other trophy. And then delete that one, reach level 60 with the other one, and keep going like that. So I think that would be kind of dumb if they didn't do that. But again, this is just a rumor for now. It hasn't been confirmed, so I'll take that with a grain of salt, please. I hope they have it that way, because it'd be nice, you know, you could go with whatever faction you wanted, you felt like going with, you know, for that night, you know. So I thought that was kind of cool, if that's true. The other thing was, they also announced that this 1 week beta that I show gameplays of on my channel, that they actually dumbed down that 1 week beta. Dumbed down, meaning the graphics weren't what the retail game is going to be like. This is what they're claiming. Zipper, the maker of Meg, they're claiming that the graphics are going to be much better in the retail game, that it was dumbed down so it would fit into a download, and the reason why we only had 2 modes, the sabotage and the domination. There will be other modes, and there also will be more maps that were not in any of the betas for Meg. So I thought that was kind of interesting and something to think about also. Okay, finally, am I going to buy the game? I am going to buy the game. Granted, it has friendly fire, and I normally don't like that in a game, but even with the quirks, and I'm hoping that some of them, I doubt it, but some of them may be a little bit better after getting skill points and that kind of stuff, and like the knifing thing. But I'm gonna get this as like a filler game. Bad Company 2 is definitely gonna be my #1 game. I had such a blast with that with my friends, and this will be a good game for when I want something different, for the in-between time between the demo and the release of the retail game. And even before the demo comes out, this will come out probably at least a couple days before the demo of Bad Company 2 comes out. So this will be good for something different to get into also. Bad Company 2 has also come out with news that there will be a hardcore mode, meaning there will be friendly fire, there will be no orange triangles, spotting, if you will, in Bad Company 2. Of course, damage is going to be greatly heightened for that, and there will be no mini-map. So hardcore is definitely going to be exactly what the name suggests, hardcore. I know this has nothing to do with Meg, but I know people have been wanting or asking about that and been wanting to know about that. So I just thought I'd tell you out front on that. Am I going to play it? I don't know yet. I really don't know. It doesn't sound like something that I would like, but first and foremost, these are games. People try to say, well, it's realistic. It's what really happens. You know, they try to compare it with reality or something. The point of the thing is, these will always be games. There is never going to be a realistic, completely 100% realistic game. Why? Well, let's see. Go join the army. Go out to a war. Get shot in the head. See if you respawn. I don't think that's going to happen. So, it's just, this is a game. You know, you have